Your Honor.
I apologize, Your Honor.
I apologize to the court as well. The defense now calls Detective Harley Cooper to the stand. Go right ahead. Detective Cooper, would you please tell this court where you were last night?
On the docks with a team of police divers searching the lake.
Did you find evidence pertinent to this case?
Yes, I did. This gun, a Glock 19 registered to Danny Santos.
Objection.
What are you objecting to?
This last-minute attempt to...
Your Honor, this was a gun that Danny Santos threw into the water on the night of November 14th. Now, what the prosecution must be objecting to is how tainted their evidence is. You have brought a load of bogus evidence into the courtroom, Doris. Now, you may not know it, but the FBI does.
Objection. Your Honor, counsel cannot keep throwing out these accusations.
Ross, that's Peterson.
Your Honor, the defense is now prepared to present testimony and evidence that an agent of the FBI has tried to frame Danny Santos for murder.
Objection.
I know you don't like it, Miss Wolf, but the defense must be allowed to present its case. You'll have a chance on cross.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Detective, did finding Danny's gun propel you into further investigation?
Yes, it did. I checked our logs to find out what day we had confiscated Danny's other gun from the Bauer house.
The gun that the prosecution maintains or claims was the murder weapon.
Yes. That day, Agent Itoro had asked me to bring the Bauer family down to the police station, at which time he disappeared. And our surveillance logs show that he was at the Bauer house during that time.
So Agent Itoro was at the Bauer house when the entire Bauer household, including Danny Santos, was detained at the police station?
Yes, so I looked at the surveillance tapes from that time period.
Did you find anything unusual?
There was a splice.
A splice? Meaning that the audio tape had been altered?
Yes.
Who was on surveillance that day?
FBI Agent Peterson.
Thank you. Your Honor, the defense will be calling Agent Peterson next. In the meantime, thank you very much, Detective. Your witness. Agent Peterson, were you working surveillance at the Bauer house on the 5th of June of this year?
Yes.
And what were your duties?
I was in the van monitoring the tape recorder.
What were you recording?
We had set up listening devices throughout the Bauer house to record conversations, ambient sounds, anything that might be useful to our investigation.
Mm-hmm. And what did you hear?
Nothing at that time, sir.
What about later?
Well, sir, when I was cataloging the tapes, I heard,
You heard what, Agent?
the sound of a gunshot.
A gunshot from inside the Bauer house?
Yes, sir.
Now, this was a time when every member of the Bauer household, including Danny Santos, was being detained at the police department upon instruction of Gus Itoro. Is that correct?
Yes.
What did you do with this information?
I went directly to my supervisor.
And your supervisor was whom?
Agent Gus Itoro.
And Agent Itoro told you to do what with this audio tape?
He told me to erase it.
Itoro told you to erase the entire tape?
No, sir. Just part of it.
Which part?
The part with the gunshot.
Mr. Marler, I take it you're not through.
No, sir, Your Honor. The defense would like to recall to the stand Agent Gus Itoro.
You're still under oath, sir.
You got it, Judge.
Good afternoon.
Look, Counselor.
Earlier in this trial, do you recall testifying, quote, "I'm totally responsible for everything in this case, including the evidence gathered," unquote?
Yeah.
Yes, you were responsible, or yes, you recall?
Yes.
Well, good. I'm glad that your memory's in fine form today because we're about to go over your evidence, and since you were totally in charge, you have a lot to answer for.
Good.
Agent Itoro, let's begin with the body that you found in the lake.
Yes, it was a human body. Unlike the dog ashes that were originally planted in place of Carmen Santos's body.
Yes, it was somebody's body, yes, but the problem is it wasn't Carmen's.
I had an anonymous tip to search the lake, and I did that. And I found a body, and on that body was a piece of jewelry with a Carmen nameplate. And I had dental records to match. What does that mean to you?
But you were prepared to pass that body off as Carmen Santos, no matter what.
No, not no matter what. Everything that I just said. Plus the fact that your own client over there admits to having dumped the body right there after he shot her to death.
Objection.
Isn't that enough?
Your Honor, yes or no when appropriate?
Sustained.
Thank you.
I accepted the identification of the body as Carmen Santos, compliments of the Springfield Police Department's Crackerjack Forensics team. That was my mistake.
I know the FBI is having a bad year, but it is monumentally incompetent to end up with the wrong body. So let's move on to the bullet that was found during the autopsy in this Jane Doe. Do you know where it came from?
Sure. It came from the gun of your client.
Now, how could that possibly be if the body you have is not Carmen? How could a bullet from Danny's other gun, the gun that wasn't even at the scene, how could that bullet end up in a Jane Doe?
I don't know. Ask your client.
You should pay attention. We did, in testimony. It's still a mystery. Now then, Agent Peterson, he testified that on June 5th, he was conducting surveillance in a van in front of the Bauer house, on your orders?
Correct.
And Detective Cooper testified that on June 5th, the entire Bauer household, including Danny Santos, was detained at the police station, also on your orders?
Well, if she said that, then it must be true.
Your Honor, please.
Yes or no, Agent?
Yes.
Yes. So then the house was empty?
That seems to be the case.
Where were you?
I beg your pardon?
Everyone else is accounted for. Where were you?
I don't recall. That was our busy season.
Head of the investigation, and you don't know where you were. Did you order Agent Peterson to alter the tape and cut out the sound of the gunshot?